Hey guys, Afshin again, and welcome back to another Vex Onshape tutorial. Today we're going over how to easily create a working chain bar in CAD, like the ones that you guys can see here. This mechanism is a super simple way to convert other systems like a Cascade or DR4B to a front-to-back sporting robot, something that usually ends up being really important in Vex games. But as always, if you're new to Onshape and want to learn how to start building a robot or make drawings, check out the playlist in the top right. But anyways, let's get straight into the video. Alright, so as you guys can see, we have our chain bar on top of Cascade. By the way, if you haven't seen the video where we animate the Cascade to actually work, check that out. So that will make the Cascade also work. In that same video, we also have the DR4B. So if you want to see how to animate the DR4B, you can see that as well. But as you guys can see here, this chain bar is able to animate. So we're going to be going over how to do that in the next tab. So going to the next tab, you can see that I have this kind of exploded. And if we go to show all of our mates, we can see everything that there is and how I kind of went through this. So I'll be going through all the mates rather than actually building it just because of the time. But you guys will still be able to see the step-by-step process. So to start, you want to start with where power is coming from and your base C channel. Your base C channel can just be the Cascade, the last C channel in the Cascade, or your last C channel in the DR4B, the one that's being lifted. So, and then from there, you want to attach your power. So your power, your motor, you want it to be as low as physically possible, just for good center of gravity. So if you have it higher, it'll make you more tippy, but having it lower will make you a little bit less tippy. So it's nice to do that. And then from there, you can use a 5.5 watt motor or 11 watt motor, whatever you want to do. If you're only using your wattage on a Cascade and a chain bar, you can use a 11 watt motor. But if you plan to use a Cascade, a chain bar, or a DR4B or a Cascade, a chain bar, and an intake, then it might be useful to use a 5.5 motor instead. But anyways, going up, we can see exactly what is physically connected. So for jointing, in this CAD, I have it as a screw joint, simply because that is like the easiest way to model it. You could also do a low strength shaft or high strength shaft, that also works, and then have it go all the way across so that your bars are linked. But it's generally better just to link your bars this way and then run it with a screw joint. But anyways, from there we can go start looking at this middle part. So this middle part is all of the chains and sprocket. So everything in this middle part is directly connected. So this is directly connected to this, which is directly connected to this, which is directly connected to this. And you might ask, oh, how are these two connected? Yeah, if they're on a screw. Well, if we go look inside by hiding these, we can see that there's a brass insert. And that brass insert is halfway in between both of these. So when one spins, the other will spin as well. So that makes them connected. So that makes it so that when this spins, then it will also cause this sprocket to spin as well. But anyways, then we can see that because of these screws over here, when we unexplode this, and if there were spacers, these screws could probably also be smaller size. But if we were to unexplode this, when we unexplode this, we can see that this sprocket is linked to this bar. Keep in mind that these two sprockets are not linked to this first bar, and that it can spin off that axis. So as you guys can see here, there's a revolute, which means that it can spin off here, which is something that you want to do. And then from here, it's fastened, so it's not supposed to spin here. This is meant to be together, hence the screws and whatnot. So then if we go further down the chain, we can see this last sprocket, and this last sprocket is meant to be like revolute, so it's meant to spin on here, and then on this side it's meant to be fastened. So after you have that all set up, everything else falls relatively in place, and you have your basic setup. But then from there, this is able to move freely, and this doesn't exactly control how this is supposed to move completely. So to get that to work like fully, we're going to use a gear mate. And for the gear mate, what you want to do is you can set this to wherever you want it to be at whatever height, and then you set your gear mate. And in your gear mate, you want to have your revolute over here between these, and your revolute over here between these two. So then if I were to set that, and I already have mine, so I'm gonna unsuppress that, then we can see that this L channel, or not L channel, this C channel automatically went straight up. So to adjust that, all we have to do is go to our fasten mate, and then we can rotate it a few. And then again, also just to note, if it's still not the right angle, you can adjust it from here. So like for example, if we wanted it to be out, say like kind of like this, then we can do that just by adjusting the angle. You will have to adjust the rotation point. So like when you do this, you want the rotation point to be Z. I believe it's automatically set to X, so just make sure you switch it to Z. And then after that, when you go and move it, it should just move fluidly. Let me zoom out a little. So now, wherever you move it, this C channel will always be facing one direction, and this is the main this is the main advantage of the chain bar, because it lets you easily have the claw facing the right direction, whether you're on this side or this side, which is something that wouldn't happen if you weren't using this little contraption here. So if we were to unexplode it and hide all the mates, then we have our full chain bar right here. And that's it. If you guys liked the video, please comment down below what you guys would like to see next. I look at those comments, so if you let me know, there will definitely be a video out on that. Other than that, have a good day, have fun, and we'll like, comment, subscribe, share to people who need to CAD their chain bar. But anyways, other than that, we'll see you guys next time.